Some from Atlanta, some from all over the world, having their boots on the ground, Christy. Now, I'm about to share with you a video from the press conference that took place yesterday with Killer Mike, T.I., Bernice King, and Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms. But first, I want to give you a little bit of perspective. I am a native of Atlanta, born and raised here, and one of the key points that they made during that press conference was no true ATLian would have treated Atlanta the way they treated it. They have ruined downtown, parts of Atlanta where we have over 50 women of color, black women who own businesses, black businesses ruined, multiple businesses around Atlanta ruined. And these are just some of the things that we heard in these passionate speeches by not only our mayor, but by T.I. and Killer Mike as they were trying to condemn people from staying out and looting downtown.
Atlanta is the place where people like me, Killer Mike, other artists, creatives, other people who come from our culture, and other people who rise up.
I just want to say, I don't want to miss nothing you're going to say, but I love that shirt, bro. I love that shirt, man. I just want to say that. I like that shirt.
Of the wreckage of the struggle that we all experience just by being born a certain color in this country. But Atlanta is a place where we can set an example of prosperity, and we've done that for generations. People like Dr. King, Maynard Jackson, Ambassador Young have paved the way for us. And when everything else goes away, when you don't get treated right in New York, when you don't get treated right in LA, when you can't get treated right in Detroit, when you don't get treated right in St. Louis, when you don't get treated right in Alabama, Atlanta has been here for us. This city don't deserve it. However, I understand that a lot of others do. But we can't do this here. This is Wakanda. It's sacred. It must be protected.
Atlanta's built.
I didn't want to come.
On black folks.
And I don't want to be here. I'm the son of an Atlanta City police officer. My cousin is an Atlanta City police officer. And my other cousin, East Point police officer. And I got a lot of love and respect for police officers, down to the original 8 police officers in Atlanta that even after becoming police had to dress in a YMCA because white officers didn't want to get dressed. And here we are 80 years later. I watched a white officer assassinate a black man. And I know that tore your heart out. And I know it's crippling. And I have nothing positive to say in this moment. Because I don't want to be here. But I'm responsible to be here because it wasn't just Dr. King and people dressed nicely who marched and protested to progress this city and so many other cities. It was people like my grandmother,
I love
people like my aunt.
It wasn't just motherfuckers that dress nice. It wasn't just suits up here. It was real folks out here.
Uncles who were members of SCLC and NAACP. And in particular, Reverend James Orange, Mrs. Alice Johnson, and Reverend Love, who we just lost last year. So I'm duty bound to be here to simply say that it is your duty not to burn your own house down for anger with an enemy. It is your duty to fortify your own house so that you may be a house of refuge in times of organization. And now is the time to plot, plan, strategize, organize, and mobilize. It is time to beat up prosecutors you don't like at the voting booth. It is time to hold mayoral offices accountable, chiefs and deputy chiefs. Atlanta is not perfect, but we're a lot better than we ever were, and we're a lot better than cities are. I'm mad as hell. I woke up wanting to see the world burn down yesterday because I'm tired of seeing black men die. He casually put his knee on a human being's neck for 9 minutes as he died like a zebra in the clutch of a lion's jaw. And we watch it like murder porn over and over again.
when this shit come on TV, like I can't watch it. Like I gotta turn away. Like how am I gonna watch it? It's just like he said, he's just casually just on his neck while dude is begging for his life. He wants his motherfucking mama, like he on the ground dying, bro. And this dude is just casually on his neck, just checking his watch and shit. Like, where am I gonna go get lunch today? Like, this dude is dying on the ground. And you killing him, and it's all good. It's whatever. It's just, who cares? This man is dying.
So that's why children are burning to the ground. They don't know what else to do.
Exactly. Like, I got in a fight with my son the other day because he told me he want to go burn some shit down. Like no. That is not how you make change. You don't make change. Like, I get it, bro. Like, I get it. You're 15 years old. Like, when I was 15 years old, maybe I thought that I need to go burn some shit down to try to make some change, or try to do some shit, or try to make some people hear some shit, or see some shit. Like, this needs to change. So I'm gonna burn some shit down so people can see it. But that just ain't gonna do it. And like, I let him know, I made him cry and shit. But like, look, man, like that ain't it. We don't go burn shit down. No, you want to make some change, we gotta go make some change. But burning shit down ain't gonna do it. Especially when you come to the city and burn people's business down, especially a black business. Like, you coming to the city, like, there's plenty of motherfuckers that got their own business in the city, and you coming in and destroying their shit. And you don't even live in the city. Like, man, go destroy your shit. Go out in your front yard and burn your shit. Burn your car. Like, come on, man.
It's the responsibility of us to make this better. Right now, we don't want to see one officer charged. We want to see 4 officers prosecuted and sentenced.
Damn right. We
don't want to see targets burning. We want to see the system that sets up for systemic racism burnt to the ground. And as I sit here in Georgia, home of Stevens, Georgia, former vice president of the Confederacy, white man said that fundamental law stated that whites were naturally the superior race, and the Confederacy was built on a cornerstone. It's called a cornerstone speech. Look it up. The cornerstone speech that blacks would always be subordinate. That officer believed that speech because he killed that man like an animal. In this city, officers have done horrendous things and they have been prosecuted. This city's cut different. In this city, you can find over 50 restaurants owned by black women. I didn't say minority, and I didn't say women of color. So after you burn down your own home, what do you have left but char and ash?
Whew. Oh.
And those remarks, very, very powerful, as you just heard there.
It's just pure ignorance, man. It's pure ignorance. I don't even know what to say, man. Like, oh. It's just pure ignorance, like he just said, like they think they're superior race. Like, I dealt with this shit. Like, my grandparents was racist, like, and I've been around black folks my entire life. Like, when I lived at the house when I was little, like, I hear them say shit like, I'm 5 years old, I'm 5, 6 years old, and like, I'm like what the fuck is you talking about? Like, my friend down the street is black. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's like, you gonna say this shit, and I'm like, he's this because his skin is a different color. Like, I don't compute that shit. I don't understand. So, but when I'm outside playing with my friend and we come to the house, like, my grandparents act like it's all good. Like, Like, there's nothing wrong with him. He's like, I'm like, what the, you just, I hear you talk, I hear you just say stuff about black folks, like, they're this or they're this and they're this and they're that, or whatever, blah, 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 blah. All your bullshit, just bullshit. But then my friend comes to the house and, you want to drink and y'all nice and talk. No, 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 no. Like, no. Like, no. You don't get to say one thing here and on a whole on a different, in a different area, it's no, it's a whole different thing. No, 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 no. So that's why I never even stayed over there. I never played. We never played in my front yard on my basketball hoop. We went down to his house because I didn't want to be over there. Like, I didn't want them to come out and talk nice. Like, you ain't gonna say that now and then something else later. No, damn all that. So, but now I go in my, like, it's just, so how can me as a little kid understand that this person isn't no different than me because his skin is a different color, but they're fucking grown, and like, it's just based off of pure ignorance, and I just know what is about to come next because this Drew Brees, because I already know what he said. I know that he says you can't disrespect the flag and shit, but whatever. He's ignorant himself, so.
Everyone is looking back now at Kaepernick's protests from a few years ago, and obviously they were always about police brutality, and now it's coming back to the fore, and a lot of people expect that we will see players kneeling again.
No, not according to Drew Brees, because it's disrespecting the flag.
Even when the NFL season starts. I'm curious how you think the NFL will and should respond to that, and of course you're such a leader in the league. What is your responsibility as a leader in times like this for the rest of your teammates and players in the league?
Well, I will never agree with anybody disrespecting the flag of the United States of America.
See, that's his first fucking sentence. Disrespect. What exactly is disrespecting the flag, Drew Brees? What kneeling on a knee is disrespecting the flag, Drew Brees? Because that just proves just the complete and utter ignorance of stupid motherfuckers like Drew Brees.
Our country. Let me just tell you what I see or what I feel when the national anthem is played and when I look at the flag of the United States. I envision my two grandfathers who fought for this country during World War II, one in the Army and one in the Marine Corps, both risking their lives to protect our country and to try to make our country and this world a better place. So every time I stand with my hand over my heart, looking at that flag and singing the national anthem, that's what I think about. And in many cases, it brings me to tears, thinking about all that has been sacrificed, not just those in the military, but for that matter, those throughout the civil rights movements of the 60s, and everyone and all that has been endured by so many people up until this point. And is everything right with our country right now? No, it's not. We still have a long way to go.
Yeah,
but I think what you do by standing there and showing respect to the flag with your hand over your heart is it shows unity. It shows that we are all in this together. We can all do better, and that we are all part of the solution.
Dude, you ain't a part of a motherfucking thing. You're a part of the problem, bro. The flag is built on the Constitution. It's not built on whatever the fuck you were just talking about. Do you know? Like, does he even? He doesn't like. It doesn't compute in his. He doesn't get it. He doesn't understand. It is patriotic to be able to kneel on the ground. It's not disrespecting the flag. It is disrespecting the inherent racism of this fucking country in this world. Oh man, And now I don't know what his teammate reacts, and I heard that it was not pleasant. Yeah, I think dude is pissed. I think it's Malcolm Jenkins. Who is it? Oh man, I think it is. I don't know. Look, yeah, that's Malcolm Jenkins right there.
Yeah, I promise you this. The onslaught of that we have to deal with is crazy right now.
Shit, fuck. Right?
Drew Brees. Drew Brees. If you don't understand how hurtful we have to deal with is onslaught of that we have to deal with is crazy right now. Drew Brees, if you don't understand how hurtful, how insensitive your comments are, you are part of the problem. To think that because your grandfathers served in this country and you have a great respect for the flag, that everybody else should have the same ideals and thoughts that you do is ridiculous. And it shows that you don't know history. Because when our grandfathers fought for this country and served, and they came back, they didn't come back to a hero's welcome. They came back and got attacked for wearing their uniforms. They came back to racism, to complete violence. And then here we are in 2020 with the whole country on fire. Everybody witnessing a black man dying being murdered at the hands of the police, with his just in cold blood for everybody to see. The whole country's on fire. And the first thing that you do is criticize one's peaceful protest. That was years ago when we were trying to signal a sign for help and signal for our allies and our white brothers and sisters, the people we considered to be friends, to get involved. It was ignored. And here we are now with the world on fire, and you still continue to first criticize how we peacefully protest because it doesn't fit in what you do and your beliefs, without ever acknowledging that the fact that the man was murdered at the hands of police in front of us all, and that it has been continuing for centuries. That the same brothers that you break the huddle down with before every single game, the same guys that you bleed with and go on a battle with every single day, go home to communities that have been decimated.
Fact.
Drew, unfortunately, you're somebody who doesn't understand their privilege. You don't understand the potential that you have to actually be an advocate for the people that you call brothers. You don't understand the history and why people like me, people with my skin color, whose grandfather fought for this country, who served, and I still protested against that, not against the national anthem, but against what was happening in America and what the fabric of this country is for, or stands for. If you don't understand that other people experience something totally different than you, then when you talk about being the brotherhood and all this other,
care about that either. He doesn't give a fuck.
It's just lip service, or it's only on the field. Because
ignorant. He doesn't.
Then when you talk about being the brotherhood and all this other,
apologize and all this bullshit, like
it's just lip service, or it's only on the field. And
fuck you, dog.
That other people experience something totally different than you. Then when you talk about being the brotherhood and all this other, it's just lip service, or it's only on the field. Because when we step off of this field and I take my helmet off, I'm a black man walking around America, and I'm telling you I'm dealing with these things. I'm telling you my communities are dealing with these things. And your response to me is, don't talk about that here. This is not the place. Drew, where's the place, Drew? I'm disappointed. I'm hurt. Because while the world tells you that you're not worthy, that your life doesn't matter, the last place you want to hear from are the guys that you go to war with and that you consider to be allies and to be your friends.
Supposed to be your brothers.
Even though we're teammates, I can't let this slide.
What does that mean? What does that mean? You can't let it slide? Can't be his teammate, or you just like, you stay in your shit, I'm gonna stay in my shit. But it's just so stupid. Like, I mean, I've been on both sides, just like Colin Kaepernick been on both sides, because he was adopted by 2 white people. You know what I'm saying? He was raised by 2 white folks. But like, I've been around black folks my entire life, outside of my house, where my family was, where my grandparents, my father was. My father didn't have no feelings that every single friend I had from my entire life was black. Like, there was nothing anything else. Like, it's just, he never had not one problem with one of my friends, except when he knew it was about doing wrong. It never was no skin color, so I never saw that. I see you is you. I walked through the street with my black friend. We as kids, 15 years old, 14 years old, just kids. And I would walk, and you could see the fear in the eyes of these white folks that is walking past us. And it's because I'm standing next to a black kid. And we're not men. We're fucking 14, 15 years old. We're still kids. You can see the fear in the eyes of these folks. Almost all of them. You just say straight, I'm like, man, you just it's so fucking frustrating. And now, I go in my bed, I lay next to my black wife, and I have 2 kids laying in this room behind me that is black. So now it's not just I've always needed shit to tell. I always want shit like that. After, oh my god, right now my kids, if their complexion gets a little too motherfucking dark, they get a little too big, like they're walking down the street, these white folks tell me that, and they scared instantaneous of my kids, and there's fucking police out here that have the authority to do as they fucking please. Like old dude did on this guy, as he begs for his life that he cannot breathe. He is already handcuffed, and you just stay there like he's lying to you or something. It's a grown ass fucking man begging for his motherfucking mom. You just sit there and stay on his neck for no reason whatsoever. There is one reason, and one reason only, that you stood on that motherfucker's neck. And not because his skin color was black. Period. That's just the bottom line. And if it doesn't change, like, there's progress. It is about progress, but there's just not enough progress. Like, there's progress 20 years ago, 30 years ago when I was a kid. It's not the same as it is today. There's progress, and all I want, I've made progress. I have 4 kids. There's not 2 of them are black. There's not one racist, not one going through any of them, not one. So I do what I can to make my change. Never my kids ever be afraid of a person because their skin color is black. It's just out of this fucking world. I don't know. All you can do is just do. All I want is just one white kid to see this and make the change of not doing what your grandparents or your parents or any stupid ignorant motherfucker does by hating somebody because of the color of their skin. It just makes no sense. Like, how because of the flag, like black folks didn't do this. White folks did this shit. Like, black folks didn't. Like, oh fuck, we're gonna get crammed over in these boats, and we're just gonna come on over here. We're gonna get fucking whipped and raped, and everything else by these fucking white folks. We're just gonna. Like, that's what we want to do. Like, come on, man. White folks did this shit. Period. Please, just do whatever you can do to make a change. Change is so far. It's hard for me to see just because there's just no common sense in the world no more. Just people are so goddamn fucking stupid. It's like, oh, if you wear a mask, you're some kind of pussy. But even though the doctor has been studying fucking medicine his entire fucking life is telling you to wear a mask, but you're some kind of pussy. It's just, the world is just fucking mad. And all I know is I just like to see around the world protests. Like I'm seeing like overseas. It's a world thing. There's black folks and people of different shades everywhere. I have to worry if my kids are gonna get too dark and get killed because the color of their skin. Do you understand that? No. Most white folks do not understand that. Most white folks do not know what it is to grow up in the projects. They do not know what it is to grow up black in the suburbs. Because you still, no matter where you is at, you in the projects, wherever you at, the color of your skin is black. I don't care where you at. My man right here, Malcolm Jenkins, the color of his skin is black. Motherfucker don't know it from him from a hole in the wall. Malcolm Jenkins walking down the road, best believe this white motherfucker folks is gonna come out and be scared because the color of his skin is black. Like he's somehow different than them. He's somehow some kind of fucking animal because the color of his skin is black. Like, are you out? Like, it just drives me fucking mad. I don't understand. This dude is flowing the same blood through his veins. He got the same everything. He's the same man as me. It's just his skin is darker than mine. And what the fuck does that matter? These white folks just have no clue, bro. And they think they know. They think they know. And some of these protesters out here, some of these white folks, they really don't. They out here, they're just out here, bro. Some of these white folks really don't want the change because when it comes down to it, when they gotta fight a black man for the same job, like nowadays and in the past, the white man is less qualified and still gets the job because the skin that he has is white. So if it's really gonna change, then we're gonna then you really gonna have to work, motherfucker. You ain't gonna just get something because of the color of your skin, because black folks gotta work. Like if they want to get somewhere, they got to work. You best believe it. Because when you can't walk down the fucking street without I know, I'm white. I get it. But I've been there. I've been around black folks my entire life, like I've told you. It's just what first off, it was mainly what was around my environment. It's just what it's who I was friends with. It's just, I don't know how to explain it to you. Like, I don't know how to explain it to you. I just know that I got 2 kids in the room and they're black. And I don't want to lose my son to some stupid motherfucker to think this person is not as good as me, is beneath me, like Killer Mike said, because the skin color of him is black and not white. Man, if that ain't ignorant, I don't know what the fuck is. So please, 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 I beg of you, with every ounce of me, do whatever you can do to make it stop, please. I'm so tired of this shit. I'm tired. I'm tired of seeing this shit. I'm tired of it. I just constantly just. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. Fucking